Ladies and gentlemen, members of our diplomatic corps and development partners, friends and colleagues at the international community, we stand here to update you what's happening on the ground. We have seen from yesterday night and onwards this morning, many of the opposition activists and leaders have been arrested, including the Secretary General of the largest opposition in the country, BNP, Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir. We demand unconditional and immediate release of all the political leaders and prisoners, and all the false cases against those have been suffering under this regime for last 15 years or so. For last few days, especially yesterday. As you know, as a country, Bangladesh and 200 million people, we are under siege for last 15 years. And the simple reason for this political deadlock and stalemate is there is no elected government in the country for last 10 or 12 years. We never had elections since 2008. And the single demand the whole nation got united under is to seek a free, fair, credible and participatory election. And the only way that can happen is to form an election time interim or neutral caretaker government. And the division among the nations is, under the leadership of the main opposition parties and the smaller parties, is to have the regime to resign, hand over power to an election time government, parliament be dissolved and election to be held. And the other way around, the regime is persistent in their demand in the name of the constitution that they are not happy to hand over power and have the election under a free, fair caretaker government. And that is a stalemate. And in that regard, not only the BNP and other opposition parties, we also have been demanding and calling upon the regime to resign and hand over power. And in that light, we had a pro-democracy gathering and demonstration yesterday. As you know, Dhaka has been turned into the city of the crowds and the millions stand up, not only from within the city, from across the country. Millions of people came here to demand single thing, that we want free, fair election. And that simple, peaceful demand has been come under severe crackdown by the police and the ruling party affiliated organizations. You have noticed yesterday, as from the international media, that our demonstration and the meeting was about to close, and in the meantime police came with severe lethal arms and tear shells and endless and countless sound grenades, which had not only injured the people watching over the streets but also our leaders and activists. More than dozens of our party activists have been injured, who had to seek not only primary aid but also be admitted briefly at the hospital. We strongly condemn the violence. We strongly condemn what happened, the brutality upon the police officers. One of them had been killed and many others have been injured. We also condemn the other side of it, those who have been injured and wounded by the police brutality and the crackdown. We feel the only way peacefully to resolve this crisis is through dialogue and conversation between the ruling party and the opposition activists. Not only the police of this regime have fired bullets, live ammunition yesterday, but also shut down internet service, mobile service around the opposition rallies where the place is held. And sadly, there was no communications. No activists were able to make any live of the demonstrations and what's happening around the rallies and the police crackdown. We feel around the demonstrations, time and the meeting place was seized. Our stage has been vandalized by the activists of the ruling party in support and the strong assistance from the police force. We have seen our main buildings, window glass has been vandalized by the police. It is sad and tremendously intensifying for a peaceful rally, and the people came to attend here for them. We strongly condemn that brutality and it must stop from now and for all. It should not happen and it has no place in any democracy. We call upon the international community to step up pressure on this regime, so we, from the backsliding democracy, we can return back towards the democracy. We can have a free, fair election and let the people have their choice who to elect as their leaders. We would like to call upon the international community and let you know that our fight for freedom and a struggle continues, and we should do it peacefully without any violence whatsoever. And we would like to see you by our side. Thank you very much.